Here's our lesson on volume of prisms. We are going to focus mainly on rectangular prisms, and that just means that the base of all of the figures we are going to be working on are all rectangles. There are lots and lots of different kinds of prisms, triangular prisms, hexagonal prisms, lots of different kinds. We are just going to focus for the time being on rectangular prisms. So the volume is the space inside of a three-dimensional figure. So when we talk about the volume of something like this, we look at its length, its width, and its height. First of all, in identifying a rectangular prism, we need to know that it is a three-dimensional shape. It has two parallel and congruent sides, or bases that are rectangles. So that means that basically the bottom and the top are exactly the same rectangles. And to find the volume of a rectangular prism, we basically multiply the area of the base. So if we were just trying to find the area of the base of this, the base of this is this rectangle right here, right? It's this 4 inches long and 3 inches wide. So we would multiply the area of the base, 4 times 3, which is 12, and then we would multiply it by how tall it is, which is 2. So that's basically the breakdown of how to find volume. If you look at this little graphic here, you see that they took this shape and they filled it with cubes. So it's 4 cubes long, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 cubes wide, 1, 2, 3. So that 4 by 3 gave them 12 cubes on the bottom. And then it's 2 layers high, which made it have a volume total of 24. All right, so I've talked about that. Let's look at what this actually is going to look like on paper and how you're going to be doing your work for this. So the volume of a rectangular prism, the formula that we are going to use, volume is equal to length times width times the height of whatever the shape is, okay? Remember, length times width, this is basically the area of the base times the height. So we'd say area, volume is equal to, sometimes you'll see it represented by a capital B, which just means the area of the base times the height. Okay, those are the exact same things. All right, so if we have this shape right here, let's see, I'm gonna put this shape right here. So we have 6 inches, 5 inches, and 8 inches. So to find the volume of this rectangular prism, we use the formula and we plug our values in. Length times width times height. Our length is 6, our width is 5, and our height is 8. It doesn't really matter what order these go in because multiplication has that commutative property. So it doesn't matter which way they go. 6 times 5 is 30 times 8 should equal 240. Now the units here are inches. So you are going to represent your answer. Normally you would represent it inches cubed because that's how many little cubes would fill up this space. For your assignment, the way that I want you to record your answer is going to look like this. 240 cubic, you will write out the word cubic, inches. Okay, so that's how your final answer will look when you input an answer into the assignment that I've given you. All right. Let's do one more example for volume of a rectangular prism. I've got this shape right here. Let me see if I can sketch this out here. I'm usually not too bad with these. Okay, that's not bad. I'm going to skip the dotted lines on the inside to make it look three-dimensional. Well, maybe I can put it in there. And then that should go across like that, something like that. Okay, so this side here is 3 feet. This side here is 2.7 feet, and this here is 2 feet. Okay, so we have our length, our width, and our height. Looks a little bit disproportional just because of my drawing skills. So the volume is equal to length times width times height. So I just basically multiply my three values together. 3 times 2.7 times 2. My calculator. So we do 6 times 2.7 if I'm gonna do it in my head. And I get 16 and 2/10 cubic feet. All right. So you're going to record this part of your answer. Your answer should look like this in your assignment. All right. Let's say you get something that has ends up being a very, very large number of units, over 1,000. So let's do an example here where we have maybe a rectangular prism with side lengths. Let's say our side lengths are 12.4. This is what we have to multiply together. 12.4 times 16 times 16. All right, well, when we multiply these all together, 12.4 times 16 times 16, I get an answer that equals 3,174 and 4/10. Let's say the units are meters. They all had little m's by them, so this would be cubic meters. All right. The important part to notice here is the way that I've recorded this answer. If you are dealing with a number that is over 1,000, make sure you include a comma. You need to be representing your numbers accurately. All right, this would be your final answer for a problem like this. All right, good luck. Let me know if you have questions.